work as Brussels, but accusation, blaming, talking about the past is not the way forward. And all Egypt want now is a mechanism for how to work if we disagree and to move forward. Sudan will benefit from the Nile, but only if development works. If there is money mentioned and for more coordination, but the safety issue is a huge issue, should not be downplayed. And unfortunately, it was never being consulted between the three countries. I wish things will be solved. Egypt have mean no harm to any of the countries below. We meant it in goodwill and good intention, but it's not fair that keep blaming Egypt for everything. Only Egypt was trying to maintain the interest of its own people. Nobody should blame us for that and pile everything against us. Thank you.
And concluding remarks then from Zarion.
Oh, thank you very much. Just to say one word regarding the benefits of the GERD, what Dr. Sama would say about the benefits of the GERD to Sudan. Actually, the Sudanese say, people like Professor, of course, Professor Yasser, of course, they say, as the highest one dam is for Egypt, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is for Sudan. That's how I can address the benefits. And when it comes to some of the issues, it was in relation to the dam safety, which was repeatedly mentioned, which only Professor Yasser himself has clearly, he pronounced it himself, and he said the dam, the GERD, or the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is much safer than even the dams in Sudan and Egypt. And actually, Ethiopia is the first to maintain the safety of the dam up to international standards, was appreciated by the international panel of experts, and this was duly recognized by Egypt and Sudan in the agreement on the declaration of principles. One thing which I missed earlier, and what Nevana said, was about the transfer of water to Sinai and Toshka. Toshka is in Egypt, yes, I know. And Sinai is also in Egypt, yes, I know. Toshka is out of the basin, which is not in within the basin. And Sinai is much far. It is even in Asia. It's not in Africa. Yes, it is part of Egypt, but the water is really diverted out of its natural basin. Water efficiency, we would be happy if Egypt do indeed engage itself in the efficient utilization of the water. But what we have in Egypt is open, very wide canals like the Sheikh Zayed Canal to Toshka and others, and the flood irrigation, which is still pharaonic, and that is wasting water. And the cash crops that Egypt is producing are very water-consuming crops, and not advisable for production in the desert. My concluding remark is this way. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is a symbol of cooperation. That's how we see it in Ethiopia. And agreement is within reach among the basin countries, among the three sisterly brotherly countries. Let us focus what we have to focus on, and that is the first killing and annual operation of the dam. I can tell you this often. Any attempts by any country trying to impose colonial-related or bilateral exclusive and unjust agreements in any form, whether explicitly or implicitly, is unacceptable to Ethiopia. And the problem now is, Minister Shukri was very frank when he said at the UNSC that we need Ethiopia to have, to include a threshold for significant harm. You know, we are not allocating water here. We are not allocating water, and it is after countries agree on their equitable and reasonable share that they will decide what is the threshold for significant harm. So regarding the differences that we have now regarding the GERD, they are manageable. We can resolve them all, and through cooperation, good faith, and trust. Let us think about the current, and the future generation of Ethiopians, Sudanese, Egyptians, all the Nile people. And I advise, and this is my personal opinion, by the way, as an individual, that's why I'm speaking, not on behalf of the government, and it doesn't reflect necessarily the position of my government. So I suggest, humbly recommend to Egypt and Sudan to join the CFA let us shake hands and let us really, we are at a very historic moment, and let us really make this dam a symbol of cooperation. And let us, if it is water allocation, Ethiopia has no any problem to negotiate with our brothers and sisters in Egypt and Sudan, but at the level of the basin, the entire basin. It's a multilateral process. We shouldn't repeat the mistake of Egypt and Sudan in 1959. Thank you very much.
I want you to know that we love you, we care about you, and we want to see you as a developed, happy country. Let's cooperate together.
Yes, let's cooperate together.
I will be happy. I will be happy. But you know, your article, Dear Ethiopia, I'm sorry to say, you want us to live the same way that we lived for centuries, for thousands of years.
I was just answering the allegation mentioned in the previous article. Nothing more.
It's cooperation.
Yeah, you have said it anyway.
Cooperation and cooperation.
Is the only way.
I think we ended it on a very high note, which was cooperation was agreed upon by all three, and perhaps we'll leave it on that. So,
cooperation in good faith and in good faith and with goodwill.
Exactly. So if
thank
I
you
can
very
say
much.
thank you to all three of you, to Zarion, to Nirvana, to Salman, to all three of you for participating today and sharing your thoughts and rationally discussing a rather heated discussion. So thank you again for that.
Thank you. Thank you for
inviting
me.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you.
That's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and a special thanks again to all our guests. You can always catch our previous episodes and all our features online at theafricareport.com. If you enjoy this podcast, do rate and review us on your favorite platform. For the Africa Report, this is Anne-Marie Basada. Thanks for listening.